Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Today, I will try my best to complete the Jagannatha history, mystery. So, about Chariot Festival, and I will ask everyone else to mute their phone, please. Okay. So, about Chariot Festival, Ratha Yatra or car festival or chariot festival is the most important festival of Lord Jagannath. This colorful festival, which draws millions of devotees from various parts of the country, as well as from abroad to Puri. And that Ratha Yatra is held in June, July every year, in between June and July. Lord Jagannath, which literally means the Lord of the universe, comes out of his sanctum sanctorum to give audience or darshan to all devotees belonging to all sects and communities among the Hindus, among all religions. Those who take part in the chariot festival earn their passage to the heaven. It is told in the scripture. You know, Snana Purnima or bathing ceremony on the full moon day, just before Ratha Yatra, is Snana Purnima day. Marks the beginning of this festival. On this day, the deities Lord Jagannatha, Lord Balabhadra, and Devi Subhadra take prolonged bath on an open platform known as Snana Vedi. The water is fetched from golden well. Various sorts of water. Besides that water, you know, as we use in our Rudraveshaka, in our mission, very small, like curd, clarified butter, honey, sugar, then sugar cane juice, then tender coconut water, and so many things, so many, like little warm water, cold water, rain water, 7 oceans water, 13 rivers water, fog water, dew drops they collect for the Mahasnana, the great bath. At least 108 types of things are there for the bath. The same thing is applied for Ma Durga at the time of Durga festival. On the auspicious day of Mahashtami, on the 8th day of Navaratri, we offer this bath, holy bath to Devi Durga. So here, what I explained yesterday also, that Lord Jagannatha is the cult of various paths, various belief systems, Tantra, Shaivism, Shaktism, Jainism, Buddhism. So all rites and rituals are performed. That is why, like Shayana Ekadashi day, Lord Jagannatha is decorated as Rudra, Bhagavan Shiva. Like in some day, in Janmashtami day, Lord Jagannatha is decorated as Bhagavan Krishna in Mathura. So likewise, so in Snanavedi, the bhaktas, the devotees, mainly pandas, they offer bath. Then that 15 days quarantine, it's a very age-old system in India. It is told that after taking heavy bath, that Holy Trinity, Lord Jagannatha, Lord Balabhadra, and Devi Subhadra get fever. And whenever the fever is there, means it's viral. They assume. And they remain in 15 days quarantine, and special diet is made for them, like vitamin C, vitamin D3, zinc, you know, all such things. Really, the tribals, they get the responsibility to serve Jagannatha, then not any priest. And they offer all the herbal things to the Holy Trinity. Pacha. This is interesting. So they retire for 15 days, popularly called the period of Anavasara. Anavasara. And remain in isolation. Not obviously the PCR test is done, 15 days is enough. The gods come out of the temple in a colorful procession to board their respective chariot, and thereafter begin the journey known as Rath Yatra. So reference to chariot festival is available in various scriptures, like of those Buddhists, Jains, and Hindus. However, the present concept of Lord Jagannatha is most popular. According to the prevailing concept, Lord Jagannatha was originally worshipped by Savaras, a scheduled tribe of Orisha. The chariot festival symbolizes the Lord's desire to come out of the temple for a brief period to give audience to the patitas. Patita means who the temple authority, the committee, consider as the lowest of the low and redeem them. Because committee means all such complications. Many people, many priests, they like someone, they don't like someone. If someone comes who don't like, they don't think about the deity or swamis, they start ruling the swamis, controlling the swamis. Actually, they try to satisfy their ego. In temple also, they don't allow other than, firstly, other than Brahmin. Then they allowed only Indians, but they should not be Muslims or anything, Christian. They don't allow. If any Muslims is a great devotee of Jagannatha, yesterday we heard that some Muslims also, they are very much devoted to Jagannatha or Christian, but the mandir committee don't allow them. It's okay. That is why Bhagavan himself come out to give audience to the patitas, the lowest of the low, what they consider, not Bhagavan, and redeem them. The chariots of Lord Jagannatha and his brother Balabhadra and sister Subhadra are drawn by thousands of devotees in three gorgeously decorated chariot from the main gate of the temple to their maternal aunt's house, which is called Gundicha, near about 3 kilometers away. And at uh, Gundicha Mandir, Gundicha temple, the Lord, along with the entourage, uh, means path, marg, remain for 7 days. When the chariots move on the uh, main marg, main road, means thoroughfare of Puri, known as Badadanda, Grand Road, through a vast concourse of humanity that usually uh, is shown to have his darshan, uh, the atmosphere is changed with sanctity. It is delightful to witness the foreigners also who are not allowed to enter into the temple in saffron robes, dancing and reciting musical compositions in honor of Lord Jagannatha and Krishna to the accompaniment of cymbals and mridangas, means Western musics and Eastern musics. The gods perform their return journey on the 8th day, and this is known as Bahuda Jatra or Ultarath, just opposite direction. The deities, after a 7-day stay at Gundicha Mandir, commence their return journey or the Bahuda Jatra on the 8th day, means 8th day, but it is the 10th lunar day, 10th day of the bright fortnight of Ashada. The return journey of the chariots takes place in the same order as in the Ratha Yatra. Balabhadra's chariot moves first, followed by those of Subhadra and Lord Jagannath. On his way back, Jagannath stops for a while at Ardhasani, Ardhasani temple, popularly called Mausima temple or the temple of Aunt. He accepts his favorite rice cake or poda pitha from the Aunt. The three chariots, pulled by thousands of devotees, reach back the Singhadwar in the late afternoon of the Bahura day. Singhadwar is main door. On the next day, the Bada Ekadashi, it is called 11th day. The three deities are decorated in costumes of glittering gold ornaments and are worshipped by thousands of devotees. This form of the devotees or deities is known as the Sunavesha. On the Dwadasi day, the three deities go back to their original place of the temple. The Ratha Simhasana, Ratna Simhasana, the throne made of various jewels and gems. The Ratna Simhasana in the Pahandi style, Jagannath style. So only we don't have style. Jagannath ji also has style, and that is called Pahandi style. Their arrival into the sanctorium marks the end of the Ratha Yatra, means the Grand Chariot Festival. And then the Ratha gets destroyed, it's broken, and the woods are used for cooking. The Ratha signifies as the human body. In our human body, 206 bones are there. In Ratha also, 206 Rathas, wood are there. They consider because everything is the symbolic, you should know. As if the human body and Lord Jagannatha is like the consciousness principle. So whenever the consciousness principle goes out of this body becomes inert as chair, table, like that, and we cremate it. Likewise, the same concept in chariot festival. That is why yesterday I told Rathetu Vamanam Drishtva Punarjanmana Vidyate. In this chariot, if anyone can recognize himself as consciousness, there is no question of rebirth or death also. But common people, common devotees, they don't understand this deeper impact. That is why so much festivals So much symbolism in Hinduism. And festivals or rites and rituals have begun in time, increased by people or something, or some devotees have had a great vision. That is why that things. So three chariots are built anew annually, excluding the Kalasa, 14 subsidiary deities, charioteers, and horses. One, most probably 1072 pieces of logs, that is Phasi, Dhaura, Mai, Simile, like that, are brought from Daspalla and Ranapur forests. Nearly 125 temple carpenters, including helping assistants, carpenters means including helping assistants, worked for 58 days at the Mahakala in front of the place and chisel out 2188 pieces of wood for construction of the three chariots. The construction work commences on the Akshaya Tritiya day when Bhagwan Ramchandra returned from Lanka, and so many things I described about Akshaya Tritiya. Each chariot is covered with new clothes of radiant color. Nearly 1090 meters of cloth are used for this purpose. The chariots are fastened with four long sturdy ropes, each 240 to 250 with 8-inch diameters, each so as to facilitate the devotees to pull them. The uh, Kerala Choir Corporation provides these specially manufactured coconut fiber ropes, iron nails, brackets, clamps, etc., used for this purpose are indigenously prepared by the native smiths near the Dolavedi, and it takes them more than a month. The techno engineering details of the chariots are indeed a technical marvel by any standard for their static and dynamic stability. The superstructure above the wheels contains 18 pillars and roof at various stages, which are known as Bhui, Potala, Parabhavdi, etc. Each chariot contains 9 Parshva Devatas. Parshva Devatas means side deities, subsidiary deities, 2 Dwarpala, doorkeepers, 1 Sarathi, charioteer, and 1 presiding deities of the crest banner, Dhvaja Devata, all made of wood. So, if I just shortly describe the chariots, the chariot of Jagannatha, the name is Nandi Ghosha or Garuda Dhvaja or Kapidhvaja. Here the number of wheels are 16. Total number of wooden pieces used 832. Height 13.5 meters. Length and breadth 34.6 and 34.6 rectangular. Wrappings, red, yellow color clothes. Guarded by Garuda. Then names of the charioteers are Dahuka. The flag's name is Trailokya Mohini. Trailokya Mohini. The horses are there. Their name is Shankha, Balahaka, Sweta, Haridaswa, and Sankhachura. The Sankhachura actually the name of the rope. And many subsidiary deities are there, and presiding 9 deities in the Jagannath Dev's Rath is Varaha, Govardhana, Krishna, Gopi Krishna, Nrsimha, Rama, Narayana, Trivikrama, Hanumanji, and Rudra. Now the chariot of Balabhadra is name is Taladhvaja. Here the number of wheels are 14 only. Total number of wooden pieces used 763. Height is 13.2 meters. Length and breadth 32 feet. Wrapping is red, bluish green color clothes. Guarded by Vasudeva. Names of the charioteers is Matali. The flags of Balabhadra's chariot name is Unnani. The horses names are Tibra, Ghora, Dirgha Sharma, and Swarnabha. The rope's name is Vasuki, and presiding 9 deities also here are there in the chariot. They are Ganesha, Kartikeya, Sarvamangala, Pralambari, then Hatayudha, Mrityunjaya, Natamvara, Mukteshwar, and Sheshadeva. And then chariot of Subhadra is Darpadalana or Padmadhvaja. The number of wheels here 12. Total number of wooden pieces used here 593. Height 12.9 meters. Length and breadth 31 feet 6 inches. Wrappings red and black color clothes. Guarded by Jaya Durga. Names of the charioteers is Arjuna. The flag name is Nadambika. The horse's name is Rochika, Mochika, Jita, Aparajita. The rope's name is Swarnachuda. And presiding 9 deities are Chandi, Chamunda, Ugratara, Vanadurga, then Shulidurga, Varahi, Shyama Kali, Mangala, and Vimala. That Vimala regarding, I will tell that Vimala Devi is one of the considered some people as Sati Pitha. Jagannath Deva is completely vegetarian, completely vegetarian. No onion, no garlic, nothing else. Even no ginger, maybe. And no foreign vegetables like potato. The history of potato is only 200 years. Britishes brought it. Our is only ratalu, sweet potato, our Indian thing. You know, Jagannath Dev is not, we never offer tomato or like that. Foreign vegetables, no. No sugar, because sugar also was not there in India. Only Britishers brought it 200 years back. So, and on Durga Saptami, Ashtami, and Navami, animal sacrifices are there at night in the campus of the temple, and the offer, the meat, they offer to Vimla Devi. And they offer it to, just show to Jagannath Dev also. Though it may hurt many of the devotees, that is why it's not so much public. If we talk about Sri Mandira, the temple of the Lord Jagannatha, the temple and the icon, the temple of Jagannath, built on elevated ground about 20 feet above the level of the surrounding area, presents an imposing sight and can be seen from miles away. The height of the main temple, or Vimana, it is called Vimana, above the road levels is 214 feet maybe. And it is a fine specimen of the Pancharatna style of Odisha temple architecture. The construction of the present uh, edifice is credited to Anantavarma by Anantavarma Deva, 1078 to 1147 AD, of the illustrious Ganga dynasty. The main shrine consists of 4 distinct buildings: the Vimana, or the Great Temple. The Jagamahan, just a minute. Just a minute. The Vimana or the great temples, then Jagmohan or Natamandapa, is approachable by two entrances on the north and south. The main from the Natamandapa to Jagamahan is called Jaya Vijaya Dwara, and there is another door to Jagamahan on the south side. The only entrance door to Vimana is known as Kalahata Dwara, which is considered very sacred. The image of Jagannath, Balabhadra, and Subhadra and Sudarshana are installed in the inner sanctuary of the temple on a raised platform called the Ratnavedi, or the jewel platform. The images of Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Madhava are also placed on the Ratnavedi along with the main deities and worshipped. The platform made of stone is 16 feet long, 13 feet wide, and 4 feet high. There is a circumambulating pad around the platform. The temple has two massive enclosures. The two concentric stone walls known as Kurma Prachira, or inner wall, measuring 400 feet by 278 feet, and Meghanada Prachira, or outer wall, measuring 665 feet by 644 feet, with height varying from 20 feet to 24 feet, were constructed in the reign of Purushottama, comprises an area of 10.7 acres. The space between the temple complex and the inner enclosure goes by name of Kurma Veda, owing to its shape resembling a tortoise. The temple has four gates at the eastern, southern, western, and northern midpoints of the outer wall, known as Simhadwara, the lion's gate; Ashwadhara Dwara, horse gate; Vyakra Dwara, tiger's gate; and Hasti Dwara, elephant's gate. They are said to represent Dharma, Mana, Vairagya, and Aishwarya. In front of the Singhadwara is installed the Arun Stambha, made of a single solid chloride stone, and upon it beautiful Arun squat in obedience. And fairs and festivals of the Lord in December, January, Poush Masha, Navanna and Dhanu Sankranti. In January, February means Magha Masha, Makara Sankranti, and Sri Panchami. In the month of February, March means Phalguna time, Dola Purnima. In April, May means Vaishakha. At that time, Chandana Yatra. May, June means Jaishtha Masa. Then Nrishingha Janma and Snana Yatra. June, July means Ashara, Ratha Yatra, and Bahuda Yatra. And July, August, Shravana, Jhulan Yatra. So, all those things are main theme. And in August, September, Bhadrapada, there Krishna Janmashtami and Kaliya Dalana. September, October means Ashvina Masa, Durga Puja and Dashahara. In October, November means Kartika Masa, Rasa Purnima, Kartika Purnima, and Panchuka. In November, December means Margashirsha Masa. It is called Prathamashtami. And the Veshas, the costume the Lord Jagannatha wears. Sunavesha on the 11th day of the bright fortnight of Ashara. Banabhaji Vesha on the 10th day of dark fortnight of Bhadrapada. Kaliyadalana Vesha on the 11th day of dark fortnight of Bhadra. Then Pralamvasura Badha Vesha, the 12th day of the dark fortnight of Bhadramasa. Then Krishna Valarama Vesha on the 13th day of dark fortnight of Bhadrapada. Then Vali Vamana Vesha on the 12th day of bright fortnight of Bhadrapada. Rajavesha on the 10th day of bright fortnight of Ashvina, the full moon of Pausha and the full moon of Phalguna. Radha Damodar Vesha on the 10th day of the bright fortnight of Ashvina, full moon of Pausha and the full moon of Phalguna. The Khiya Vesha on the 11th day of bright fortnight of Kartika. Bankachura Vesha on the 12th day of the bright fortnight of Kartika. Nagarjuna Vesha during Panchuka in the month of Kartika. Adakya Vesha on the 13th day of the bright fortnight of Kartika. Talkiya Vesha on the 14th day of bright fortnight of Kartika. Raja Rajeshwari Vesha on the full moon of Kartika. Padma Vesha on the 2nd day of the bright fortnight of Maghamasa. Shraddha Vesha from the 1st to 3rd day of the dark fortnight of Magha. Gaja Uddharana Vesha, the full moon of Magha. Then Chanchari Vesha from the 9th day of the bright fortnight to the full moon of Phalguna. Chandana Lagi Vesha from the 19th day of dark fortnight to the full moon of Jyeshtha Masa. And Gajanana Vesha on the Devasnana Purnima. Almost over. I just want to tell 7 wonders of Jagannath temple. You have to keep your scientific brain in silent mode and then you have to listen to it. Still, if you don't believe this, better check yourself by going to the website or something like that. That always the flag always flaps in opposite direction of the wind. Science has no answer. Second thing, from any place in Puri, you will find Sudarshan Chakra on the top. Is facing only you. The third thing, normally in daytime, breezes come from sea to land, and in the evening it is opposite. But in Puri, it's totally opposite. The fourth one, no bird or planes fly above the temple. The fifth one is the shadow of the main dome is not visible at any time in any direction. The sixth one, the quantity of cooked food inside the temple remains same for entire year. But same prasadam can feed few thousand people or sometimes 20 lakh people. Still, it won't not get wasted or never be inadequate. And the seventh wonder is in Jagannath temple kitchen. 7 pots are kept on each other. and cooked on wood fire. In this process, the top pot gets cooked first and the bottom one at last. After entering from Singhadwara's first step inside the temple, one can one can't hear any sound of ocean, but when you cross the same step outside, you can hear it. Mostly we notice this in the evenings clearly, and it is believed that prasadam is cooked by Lakshmi Devi herself every day. Only pure devotees of Lord can see her inside the temple kitchen. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat.